What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another fresh episode of Media Madness. Today I'm going to be reviewing If. This is the new film directed by John Krasinski. He previously made his directorial debut with A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, I was a fan of those films. I thought he did a fantastic job, not just visually and his vision in general, but I also think he did a great job at building tension and also making you care about characters without even having to say a lot. So now he brings If to the table, and this brings a whole lot of famous people you probably have heard of. Krasinski himself, we have Steve Carell, Ryan Reynolds, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and many more. So how is the film? Let's dive right in. Now, I didn't have high expectations for this film because the trailers honestly didn't really sell me to begin with, but I did have faith in Krasinski that he would at least deliver a vision. While some of it worked, guys, a lot of this film just didn't work for me. From the get-go, the intro is entirely too long, making this home video of this family feel really awkward and honestly just cheesy. The family dynamic in this film is mainly a father and daughter story, which is really refreshing to see because it's not really represented that much in film. So it's a really nice breath of fresh air, and I appreciate that angle on the matter. Kaylee Fleming does a decent job in this film, especially in the third act, but honestly, guys, the kids in this film are really nervous and uncomfortable most of the time on screen. You can see it in their eyes that they're feeling awkward or just trying to power through a scene because they want to get done with it, which ultimately this makes it feel awkward as an audience member as well. There, of course, is comedic elements in this film that are thrown at you, and most of the time they don't stick. They fall very flat, and that's unfortunate because there's a lot of talent here who comes from the background of comedy, and the fact that it didn't work is kind of upsetting. Steve Carell always has a lot of charisma, and it was still entertaining to see him go at it in this performance. But Ryan Reynolds as Cal is flat and lacks any sort of flair as a character. There's also lots of heart that is in this film, and again, along with that comedy, the heart doesn't really hit for me because oftentimes it feels forced, and I really just can't get behind it because it's not organic. There are very little things in this film that I thoroughly enjoyed and will even remember, and one of them is a sequence midway through the film where Bea starts to use her imagination, and there is a cool sequence that involves, well, imagination. It has a lot of visual flair, and it really worked for me. But again, you go back to the convoluted story that's bogged down by its ideas. All in all, guys, there's lots of concepts, there's lots of ideas in this film, but they're all just clashing, and it makes for an insanely awkward ride. For 90 minutes, you're sitting there trying to understand what the vision is, and at times you can see it, but at times it's so left field in a bad way. I'm gonna go ahead and give If a thumbs down. I don't recommend this film, and I really hate to say that. This I can't get behind, and I love everyone involved. Let me know down below, guys, are you gonna be seeing it this weekend? If you have seen it already, what are your thoughts on it? I would love to hear that and discuss it with you down below. If you're not a member of this family, I'd love for you to hit subscribe and join us. Hit the like button on the way out. I'll see you in the next one. God bless, stay fresh, and peace.